for, but you a black man like me. That's right, and it's worth something.
This is Black Watch with Commanding General YAHANNA, the only man to lead blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
God made man on this earth. The white man he make man. God made man. God want man to obey him.
Bringing you real news.
We don't need a black man in the White House. We need a black man in every black house.
For many years, there's a lot of black people who didn't realize how deep the racism of white America was.
You ain't gonna do nothing unless you decide where you gonna stand at with the Most High.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Righteous solutions to issues plaguing our nation.
Boy, you better wake up and see the power that is within blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians.
Join us every Monday from 9 to 11 p.m. Black Watch. Let the show begin.
Yeah. What's going on, fam? Commander General YAHANNA here, holding it down with the whole fam up in the building, man. Let's get it on. Let's jump right in. What's going on, y'all? What you got going on, your dad? Your dad, can you hear me? I can't hear y'all. No, I'm not getting nothing.
Can you hear me, sir? I can hear you.
I hear you now, my. Did you hear me?
I heard you. I didn't hear you die or any of them. I can't hear my Hyman. It might be something with them at the school.
Okay. Mariah, I don't know if you can hear me, but we're not getting you.
I'll send him a text also.
In the meantime, let me tell you what. Muhammad, can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up or thumbs down, either one. If you can hear me at all. If any one of y'all hear me, Muhammad, give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. You can hear me, okay. All right, Mariah, we cannot hear you. We cannot hear Muhammad in the studio. Hello?
Muhammad now, sir?
Yeah, I got you. Maya, can you hear him?
I hear him, yes, sir.
All right, we in the game. All right, check it out, y'all, fam. A lot is jumping off. First of all, it's a whole lot of black people who are not getting the message that white supremacy is at an all-time high. And black people are falling into all kinds of danger for not paying attention to the times you living in. The Most High said it's a time for all things. This is not the time to embrace. Matter of fact, can I get that, Yediah? Get me that scripture that says it's a time for all things. If y'all don't mind. Yediah got a hell of a story. I'm gonna read the scripture first, and then let me Yediah read some of the story, and then the big guns can jump on in with it. All right.
Colonel Khan, sir.
Go ahead.
Colonel Khan, sir.
Because the Most High got a time for everything, man. And people got to wake up to the time we in. This is definitely not the time. This is not hippie rock and roll days.
Colonel Khan, sir.
I'm waiting on you, Dad. Whenever you're ready, bro. I can pull it too. It's in Ecclesiastes.
Third chapter.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Colonel Khan. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, and verse 8. A time to love and a time to hate.
A time to love and a time to hate. Now, you've been loving since Martin Luther King, since the 60s. You better observe what time is coming up now. Go ahead.
Colonel Khan, sir. A time of war.
Go ahead.
and a time of peace.
This is not the time of peace, as you're going to see tonight, and you should know just from right or wrong, General, just from the what's going on in all the countries.
Okay. And can I read the fifth verse,
Please,
sir?
get
Or
down.
you read the fifth verse?
Yeah, go ahead, Maya.
Fifth verse. A time to cast away stones, and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace, and a time to refrain from embracing.
Give me more, General. Give me more.
Okay. Reading on.
Meaning break it down. Meaning break it down. Break it down.
Most High in Christ. Like the general mentioned earlier, there's like in the first verse, it's super important. The Lord say to everything there's a season. Like there's a time you could love. There's going to be a time to love our oppressor if you want to love them. But now ain't the time, of course. Now is the time that we have to resist our oppressor and not embrace him and embrace each other and gather each other up. We're going to embrace them in the kingdom. When they well trained, like my American bulldog, they're gonna be well trained, and then I'll embrace them. Then you can feed them, and then you can do it. You can love them then. But we ain't in the season of loving because they showing you that they can't be loved. Shalaka, sir.
No, you so right. Read the story for us, Salaki. I know I went backwards, but that had to be said so you can so everybody listening can know to put their spirit where it should be at. With this devil. Go ahead.
Colonel Wakan, sir, never had a chance to defend himself. Video of black teen being beaten by angry mob hurling racial slurs at California concert draws outrage.
Go ahead.
Colonel Wakan, sir, a black teenager on the ground vastly outnumbered. An angry mob surrounds him, taking turns punching and kicking and peppering him with racial slur insults. It's not a single sight you expect to see in a suburban America in 2025.
Oh, yes, it is. I beg to differ with that. Yes, it is a sight you should expect to see. Donald Trump been calling Latinos racist since his first attempt at getting into the White House. So why would we act so surprised now that the whole damn country is not full of racism? I don't even understand that. Please, go ahead.
Colonel McCon, sir.
Y'all want to chime in? Please jump in. Salaki.
Good. If I can, and black people, y'all gotta see, man, how long we've been trying to embrace these people. Like the generals brought out over all these years we've been teaching. A heavy Camp Muhammad did in D.C. said we done died in your wars. We done bled for you. We didn't served on your, we didn't served in your politics. We done did everything for this people. We come home, we salute your flag, we pledge your allegiance. We done been doing everything for you, black and brown people, until this day, until today, this very day. We then gave our all to these people, and in turn, they do what they always do: stab us right in the goddamn heart. Right after we hug them and embrace them, they hug us and smile, and then stab us right in the heart every time. It's time to now believe them when they show you who they are. Like they say about Donald Trump. They say, well, Donald Trump, he says a lot of things, but you can't go. No, you got better believe what Donald Trump say when he says his racist and immoral and uncaring things. He means it. And all the rest of these Americans and oppressors, these citizens in America, they mean what they say. They mean what they showing you. You can't force them to be something else. A leopard don't change his spots, like the scripture said. You can't enforce them to be sweet and kind to you. You can't beg them to be sweet and kind to you. The Lord said, who can make straight that which I made evil, crooked? Who can make straight that which I have made crooked? You're not going to straighten these people out to be good people. Israelites, black and brown people, we got good hearts. We, after all they done to us, we see a white person getting beat down, we still come to their rescue. It amazes me. We still try to break it up and save them and throw our bodies over them. We still do it because we got the Spirit of God in us, which is merciful, which is patient, which is caring. They don't have that, man. A lot of you that ain't in this school, you know it. You see these people and say, why are they so evil? Why are they? My grandmother said it on her deathbed. Why they do us like this? Why they treat us like this? I had no answers. I'm a young teenager. You understand? But now I understand the question she was asking. And thanks to the Most High in Christ, Commander General YAHANNA in this school, I know the answer. You understand? These are a different breed of people that you cannot fix. So let's just do what the Lord say and embrace each other and prepare for what's coming. Slakia, I yield.
Kevin, give it up, please.
Knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, right? Like you got to know who you are according to the biblical scripture to understand what's going on here. You know what I mean? Like I know, just like how General Mayak was saying, I didn't know who these men were, these people were. I experienced some things. We all did. I tell you, I was always amazed that my first experience at racism was the Catholic school I went to in West Philly, West Catholic High School, and Esau's United States Marine Corps. My first two experiences on racism. You know what I mean? That's the first two experiences. And I couldn't understand it until I got into the I.S.U.P.K. And when I got taught my history of who I was and who our real enemy was, then it was clear to me what was going on. You know what I mean? A lot of times y'all begging for love for them and equality. Why? They're not going to give it to you. It's not going to happen. You've seen it time and time again. Why? Because it ain't supposed to be that way with them, man. You know what I mean? You got to know who you are in your history to understand these things. That's why you got to get in class, learn who you are, fight to change your life, and then the Lord will be on your side. Slocky, sir.
If I can I grab one quick scripture, General, sir?
Get down.
Proverbs 6:27 says, can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burned? You understand? You still in 2025, you still try to bring these people into your chest and bring them into your heart and into your love, and you're going to get burnt every time. That's why it shocks black people when they do something heinous to us. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe in 2025 this is still happening. Well, where you been? Where was you in 2024? In 2023? Where the hell you been? That you can't believe that they like this. Man, we still playing with fire. Martin Luther King found out in the end. You better believe that. I yield.
If I could add to what, give it up, please, General Mayak, and what bring it out. But can I just add one thing real quick, Mayak? What you said, which is so heavy. Like they never ever let anything when it comes to us stand at all. Obama won the election, or I think it was 2008. He finished his office at around 2016. We in 2025, about 9 years later. Am I right? No, 4 and 5. Yeah, 9 years later. And Donald Trump is still trying to banish, and Obama ain't even one of us. But because he had brown skin, that bastard is trying still reversing everything that Obama put in office. He's trying to wipe Obama's history out from ever being president of the United States. Because they cannot take that we have anything at all. Like truly the Most High is so righteous and merciful. Truly did he say to Rebecca, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one nation shall be greater than the other nation. Like he said that so right, because these people, man, have been our enemies from the womb and will never, ever stop being that. And boy, for the life of me, I can't understand why we are so in love with them. Why we are so, it has to be brainwashing, because for what has been done to us in this place, it is no way this cannot be a brainwashing from abuse, that we could be this embracing of them despite what they've done. I yield. Jediah.
Khan, sir.
Next story.
Khan, sir. Larry Hoover will remain in prison despite President Donald Trump's commutation.
So Donald Trump commuted Larry Hoover, and of course, the world went crazy. The black world went crazy. And boy, oh boy, we still, like, for everybody that celebrated Larry Hoover getting pardoned by Trump as though it was a great thing, I pray you're not a sleeping fool. I pray you are not a sleeping idiot. Larry Hoover is 70-something years old. And the Trump administration already knew that Larry Hoover wasn't getting out. They knew he still had state charges on him. But Donald Trump made sure if this brother died, that them charges are not on him. Larry Hoover's 70-something years old. And listen, and every time the white man gives us something nice, is under some false pretense. I yield. Y'all can jump in.
I'm good, sir. I yield.
I know this much, that for every nicety that he will ever put out, for sure he got worse coming. And boy, oh boy, we should learn a lesson from Christ and Barabbas. Like we were so ignorant back then, and I see we are just as ignorant now.
Okay.
Because Pontius Pilate let Barabbas go because he really wanted to kill Christ. Christ was the real threat. Barabbas wasn't the real threat. Barabbas was going to just go out and be another criminal, gathering people together for a fake fight against the Roman Empire. That's what Barabbas was. A criminal that got power and fought against the Romans, and people loved him for his false pretense of being somebody that fought against the empire. Now, I ain't saying that's the same as Larry Hoover. Like I don't know that man personally. I just know what Esau says about him in the record. And I mean, so I don't know about him, but this much I do know, that the Romans ain't changed. Just like Mayak said, they don't never change their spots. So the fact that Trump is giving him a pardon makes me look over both shoulders.
Damn right.
They're smiling and laughing. You better look over both shoulders and see what is coming because he pardoned Larry Hoover.
Exactly.
You understand? And let me tell you, if I could just add one other thing too. Every black person should force themselves to look at what's going on in Gaza right now. The way they are genociding them people in Gaza, and they are starving them to death. They have cut the food off completely from coming into that place. When did this happen before? This happened under the Roman Empire, man, against us. And look at what's going on with us now. They talking about locking up and deporting and incarcerating 11 million people. 11 million people, millions of people. This bastard is ready to lock up, enslave, jail, kill, whatever. You think black people is not on the table also? You think they're gonna finish their bloodbath with the Latino brothers and just say, okay, we had enough. It was good. It was nice. And now that's over with. No, man, we on the table too. What's going on in Gaza, that's your future unless you prepare. That's your future in this place unless you prepare. And I don't see why it wouldn't be, because there's nothing that's stopping them except Christ. He's the only thing that's going to stop them from just genociding every non-white person in America. They want America back, and they want to be the kings of the earth. And that's why they gobbling up every quarter. And we should be looking at what they're doing and knowing that this is bringing them into the Third World War. And thanks be to the Lord, Christ is returning, because his return is the only thing that's going to stop an animal with this much power. You understand? So, yeah, that's nice that he pardoned Larry Hoover on federal charges, which was a nothing thing to do. Larry Hoover, 70-something years old, been incarcerated 30 years. He don't have much more time to live, number one. And number two, he can't even get out because he's still on state charge. And I wonder if this means he gets moved to a state prison, which may be worse than he's been living in the federal prison, if they're not going to let him out. So I'm insulted by the idea of us being happy over Larry Hoover. That should have been a grave warning to us. Why is he doing this? And the word is now that he also pardoned NBA YoungBoy. Am I right? Or that he may be getting ready to pardon them or he did pardon them or whatever the hell the case may be, it should still be a wake-up call for us. That these people are on the march to destroy us. And we better follow Yahweh Shai to the end. And to do that, we better stop being fooled by niceties and definitely reject any of these high-level Negroes that's embracing themselves with Donald Trump. You understand? So I yield. Let me pass.
I'll wait for you, House. Okay, Connie. Let me get Psalms 55 and 21 real quick, Yediah, because what Commander Yohanna was so on point about, you better learn your history, man, and the knowledge of the Bible and who you were. You know what I mean? This is who he always been. Like knowing that he giving you a compliment about something or something going on, look behind your shoulder, look at both of them, because he speaks sweet words, but inside of that heart is war, and war against us. That's what's going. That's a track record. War against us, and the Bible speaks about it. Read,
God, sir. Psalm chapter 55 and verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
It sounds good if he want to go ahead and free this brother out of here and get him out of there. It sounds all good, but what really is behind all this here? You understand? What's behind all this? It sounds smooth and right and nice. You know what I mean? But knowing he still ain't getting out, because like how Commander Yohanna said, he got state charges. He ain't going nowhere. So it sounds nice he doing this here. Go ahead.
Khan. But war was in. But war.
But what?
But war.
But what?
But war.
War. Go ahead.
Was in his heart.
That's what's inside of him. War. You understand? War against who? So-called black people, Hispanic, Native Indians. That's the wars in his heart. Continue.
Khan. His words were softer than oil. Yet were they drawn swords.
That's who we dealing with, man. That's the man we dealing with. The Bible says in Genesis, the 25th chapter, that he was going to rule by the sword. That's who he is, man. You understand? Learn who he is, and then learn who you are, and learn what God wants you to do. That's the only way you're going to be safe. I yield.
Yeah, I'm right, huh? General Mayak, did you say you want to say something?
Con, if I could. So I can.
Please, I'm waiting. Mayak.
Okay. No sweat. And listen, y'all got to remember, Trump got a whole team of racists advising him. Yeah, I know y'all heard they covering it up now, but that so-called Project 25, all the rules and the ways they want to change this place. Oh, it's in effect, and it's been in effect. And you know these little things, and they advise, and these little things are tactical. You understand? Like the general said, we're gonna be looking over our shoulder to see why he's doing these things. There's a reason why he do these things. You understand? Yep. He didn't like when y'all was kneeling, you know, during the national anthem. He didn't like those things, and so now he got his team, and they pushing their agenda. And it's gonna come a time where, just like in ancient times, where it ain't just gonna be okay for you to celebrate any religion. You know, so they want the 10 Commandments in the school. They starting off small, although they don't follow them. It's just symbolic. They want that in the school, and soon they're gonna want you to obey. They're gonna want you. It's gonna be illegal to kneel. It's gonna be illegal not to stand and take your hat off during the Pledge of Allegiance. It's gonna be illegal not to put your hand over your heart for that flag. A lot of things, it's coming to a place where it's going to be illegal not to be Americans, and then you think black people ain't going to get caught up in all that? Shoot, it's, you know, don't get comfortable here. Slocky, General. I yield.
If I could, Commander General Yohanna.
Go ahead, mine.
Sir, if I could, if any of you out there are confused about how to feel when Trump pardons your favorite rapper, you know, Puff Diddy, Larry Hoover, or someone like that, let me try to help you if I could, all right? Never forget what our oppressor has taken from you when he gives you something.
Yeah.
Forget that. When he gives you something, don't ever forget what he took from you. That's the problem with receiving gifts. Because if he gives you a small thing, you'll forget what he took from you. If I could explain something to y'all about Larry Hoover, right? You know what the real crime is of Larry Hoover? Here's the real crime. The real crime is that another people decide whether or not our criminals go to jail or whether they get out. You know what should be happening with Larry Hoover? If his crimes were allegedly committed in the black community, in the inner city of Chicago, we should decide whether he goes to jail.
Right.
We should decide whether he gets out. We as blacks and Hispanics, we got to sit and thank Donald Trump for letting him out we got to beg some other president to lock him up. Don't you know how Larry Hoover even got in jail? How did he even get arrested, Haas? Because black preachers and black mayors and black politicians said, clean up the ghetto, white people. We need more police. We need the police to clean up our neighborhoods. We had to beg white people to arrest drug dealers in the 90s. Beg them. Al Sharpton begged them. The Congressional Black Caucus begged the police to get the drugs off the street, to arrest these drug dealers. We begged white people to arrest Larry Hoover. Now we have to beg white people to let him out. If we changed our ways, we would be the judges. We would decide if Larry Hoover went to jail or not, and we decide if he got let out. Let me tell you what else happened today, if I could, sir.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, bro.
Donald Trump issued hundreds of pardons, hundreds. He pardoned every last member of the January 6th insurrection, every last one, except for one woman. There was one woman who he pardoned. He pardoned her, and she refused the pardon. She refused it. She said, I'm not going to be used by Donald Trump as a political pawn again. He already did that to me. I believe Donald Trump, and I went and I broke the law on January 6th. I deserve to go to jail. I deserve my record. I'm not going to now continue Donald Trump's narrative by letting him let me out of jail. I deserve to be in it. This happened today, and she officially sent back her pardon today. I looked at it and I said, that's a woman that wants to govern herself. What if we decided to govern ourselves? The Bible says this, shall not the saints judge the world? Are we not able to judge the smallest matters? Let me tell you something that Commanding General YAHANNA always taught us. Mayak and Haj, you remember this. If we serve God and keep his commandments, we'll punish drug dealers.
Right.
We'll do it.
Yeah.
We'll get the cops to punish drug dealers.
Yeah.
Are you robbing little old ladies?
Right.
Are you sticking up people at the first of the month? Are you molesting children? If we serve God, we would be the judges.
Right.
We would decide. Don't you want that? I don't want to have to thank Donald Trump for letting one man out of jail while he imprisoned 3 million more. This week, ICE agents went into, where'd they go? Boston? I forget, sir. San Diego.
Yeah, they went into a housing development being built.
They went into housing development with masks on their face. Masked men went all over the country and went and snatched poor people off of legal jobs, not drug dealers' eyes. Working in the restaurant, working at the construction company, working men. Snatched them off their jobs with masks on their face. Even white people said, let them go, let them go. That's the story I forgot. Sakya Hidayah. All those white people crowding around the ICE agents, telling them, let them go, let them go.
And they was threatening to arrest them white people.
And they threatened to arrest the white people.
And with go ahead, General. I don't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
Go ahead, sir. Salakia.
Oh, Salakia. If I could, first of all, give it up for General Muhammad on what he was bringing out, which is so damn heavy. Like you said, man, we should be judging the judgment, because listen, a lot of you, rather than let their families suffer while a lot of these murderers and drug dealers are rot away in prison for 30 years at the expense of the taxpayer, in Christ's kingdom, we'd chop their damn head off for some of these crimes. You murder somebody or sell drugs throughout the whole black community, you wouldn't be doing that no more. We would eradicate it because it would be important to us. But it's not important to Donald Trump that drug dealers and murderers be dealt with. That's not important to him. He just said this week that it was all right that Elon Musk was a ketamine crackhead.
Yes, he did.
He said that was fine. But what is not fine is Mexicans building houses for you devils. What's not fine is Mexicans farming your vegetables for you devils. What's not fine is Mexicans working in your restaurants for you devils. What's not fine is law-abiding Mexicans and other South Americans from working hard and prospering and not being criminals. That's what the problem is. That's the problem. They went in the complex, like you said, General Muhammad, and I mean, little female Mexicans working in a construction site. Feet look like my daughter's feet, look like a baby's feet. Your grown ass women, they so small and little, and in there banging in hammers and moving wooden planks across for the other workers to build these houses. I mean, building whole housing complexes. You understand? For these Edomites who they're going to import from all over the world, all while they terrorize. You should have saw it was so sad and shameful to see when the ICE agents showed up. And the white people yelled at the Mexicans, "It's ICE, it's ICE." You should have seen hundreds of these brothers and sisters in vests with them orange vests on, running all across the dirty fields and the mud, trying to get away from these agents. This is people working for none of them make the money the white boys make. None of them cats building them houses make the money the white boys make. And they was running across the field. This is the step before the Holocaust. What's happening to the Palestinians, that's a Holocaust. What's getting ready to happen to blacks and Latinos in this country, this is a Holocaust. And the Latino brothers and sisters in this country are right on the border of it. They're right on the border of this Holocaust, man. And now that the babies are dying, in Gaza, now all of a sudden America and all the other countries are saying, this is not right, the Israelis is doing. Let's pull out. We're going to pull out and stop supporting them. Yeah, you supported them until they bombed the people into the Stone Age. Now you pull out because you know what the next step is, to just starve them till they die. What they're suffering is worse than what happened in Nazi Germany. They're dying from a real Holocaust. But here's the frightening part. You understand? A man of God would know that this Holocaust is coming to your doorstep. Right. This Holocaust is coming from the same man that allowed their bombs to go to Israel and bomb the Palestinians into starvation, is the same man sitting right over you right here in America. And he hates you more than he hates the Palestinians. He hates you more. He hates you so much, he's getting rid of you for working hard. That's what he's getting rid of you for. Getting rid of you for building proper families. That's what he's getting rid of you for, which shows you he loved a drug dealer. He loved you being a criminal and a lowlife and an immoral piece of garbage. He complained about it on the news. Oh, the crime. Oh, we got to do something about the cities. But he loved it, because he ain't never deployed this much soldiers against criminals until he deployed them against the Mexicans. Now he deploying them against the Mexicans. Next, he'll turn around and say, we got to clean up the cities. It's just too much crime. And this will never end. There'll be just like it was in Nazi Germany. There'll be a new enemy once they eradicate the first enemy. Then there'll be another enemy. There'll be another enemy. And I got bad news for you white people. You white people that don't bow down and kiss the ring of Donald Trump, if you leave him in power, you're going to not only lose your democracy, but he's going to make you a slave. Just like you said, Muhammad, that woman, she had more intelligence and integrity than everybody else in that January 6th riot. That's right. They all feel victorious now and getting federal jobs. Proud Boys and all of them, Oath Keepers, they all getting federal jobs now. That they can go beat up on little 4-foot-high Mexicans. You understand, that worked in restaurants and built your whole stinking rotten ass empire. That's what they got jobs for now. You understand? And they love it. Well, guess what? You better keep your eye on the ball, because the Lord is still here. The Most High, like Paul said, the Lord had reserved 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to Baal. Right. There's brothers out here, brother, that ain't bowed their knee to Baal, that ain't caught up in Christianity, that don't believe in the Arabs' God of Islam, that ain't caught up into the American society, that did not become homosexual. They're not drug dealers and murderers. There's real men out here. that believe in the Most High, waking up to the Most High and standing with the Lord. And the Lord said this, God said this, not me. God said this, that ye are my battle axe and weapon of war. That's what God said, that ye are his battle axe and weapon of war. The Lord is going to prophesy on this place like he said, and then he going to bring destruction on this place. And they're not going to be able to blame the Mexicans for the Lord's destruction. You're not going to blame the Mexicans for that. You ain't going to blame black people, West Indian people, Native Indian people. You're going to have to blame yourself for it. You're going to face it and blame yourself for being such a cruel monster. And then just like it says in Revelation, everyone shall go by and be saddened at your destruction. They're going to know it was your fault that you got it. They're going to say, we would have saved the country. They would have told you, stop Donald Trump. Stop doing this evil. They tried to tell you they would have saved you, but you turned your back on the slaves who just asked to be free. That's right. Just that, which was too much for you to give. After 400 years of raping the earth, it was just too much to ask to just be free. To just listen, imagine this. It was too much to ask for the Mexicans to ask to work in America, feed their families and take care of their families and not be criminals. That was too much to ask. That was too much organization. You were too well organized. You was working in restaurants and working in the fields and saving your money and buying you pickup trucks and buying houses together with other family members and raising your kids and keeping them out of the crime world and the evil world and fighting to not be part of the cartels. That was too much. That was way, way too much. And now he had to move on you. Well, guess what? Now's the time to have holy faith in the Most High and stand up in the holy, like the Lord said, stand in the holy place. And that's the I.S.U.P.K. Stand in that holy place, because you're going to watch the Lord. You're going to watch the Lord do magnificently. That's what you're getting ready to see. And you died. Pull up that drone attack on Russia, if you could, for the next story, because it relates to what we're talking about right now. Big up to General Muhammad also, too, again, for that story on how we done gave our love to everybody else but them, man. So, Salaki, I pass. Salaki.
You die.
Khan, sir. Russia's Pearl Harbor. What to know about Ukraine's audacious drone attack?
Let me tell you, this is a story. Go ahead and read it. You die.
Khan, sir. Ukraine unleashed more than 100 drones smuggled deep into Russia in what is called the most damaging attack yet.
Go ahead.
Khan, Ukraine destroyed dozens of enemy bombers using a horde of drones smuggled deep into Russia in a stunning attack that Russia war bloggers are calling Moscow's Pearl Harbor.
Let me tell you, man, them poor little rotten ass Nazi Ukrainians who Putin bombed into the Stone Age. They turned around, brother, and went to Best Buy and Home Depot and bought all the drones that they have. You can't hardly get a drone in Best Buy no more. They took them drones back to the Ukraine with their little plastic parts and wired them drones up to carry bombs and flew them drones into Russia and blew up 10 airports, blew up the planes, everything, killed the personnel, all of that. And brother, that is what little countries are going to be able to do to bigger countries. The technology is huge and everybody's getting their hand on the ball. You lived deliciously when you made nuclear bombs. When you dropped that bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki and they saw you burn up them Japanese and wipe their whole cities out wholesale with the biggest, most devastating weapon on the planet. You think you would have learned mercy from that? You think you would have said to yourself, you think you would have pushed back from the table and said, we have unleashed the most horrifying death on this earth. It's time for us to be a real humanitarian. Oh, no, not you. Not you. Not you. You are a different kind of man separated from our womb, from Rebecca's womb. You are a different man. You the white man. You the devil the Bible speaks of. That's who you are. And you went and still went to kill and conquer and gobble the earth in your empires. But we in the end now. And let me tell you something, Mark. Every man should praise the Lord. Every man on the planet should praise the Lord, because you would not know what is coming and had no hope if the Lord didn't give you these scriptures. The Most High didn't give you these scriptures, you'd be a lost nigga joining the white man. You be trying to join the Marines because you figure to yourself, I want to be on the winning side. And it looks like the white man is winning. I got bad news for you. Thanks be to the Lord. He brought the prophecy of what's going to happen. And brother, little countries are going to do major damage to bigger countries. I yield. Please, you die. Read on. So unless somebody chime in, please read.
Colonel McCon, sir. Colonel McCon. It was the most damaging Ukrainian attack on Russia in the 3 years since Moscow invaded. Ukrainian intelligence said the coordinated strikes on June 1st took a $7 billion toll on Russia's military and demolished more than a third of Moscow's strategic cruise missile carriers, including planes capable of carrying nuclear warheads.
Billions they destroyed with Best Buy drones.
I didn't know that.
Billions they destroyed. Yeah, they went up there and bought some of them Best Buy drones. Ordered them wholesale. Carried them suckers right back to Ukraine, climbed down in a hole somewhere and attached a goddamn bomb to it. Okay. Unleashed 100 of them. And listen, they destroyed $7 billion worth of equipment and didn't lose a single man.
Can I say one point, sir?
Please.
And that's for all you Navy SEALs out there watching the show. All you tactical bros.
Yeah.
The military their enrollment is up.
Yes.
And I can guarantee if you look at the numbers, it's up because of women. I guarantee it. I haven't even done it. But I guarantee that they fired all those brothers and shut down the VAs and fired all those, Navy SEAL tactical bros, because really, sir, you're going to need a woman sitting behind a desk to win the next war.
Yes, you are.
All you're going to need, you ain't going to need some old Navy SEAL full of all his arrogance and his beard.
Right.
Beard and his baseball cap with sunglasses on top of the baseball cap.
Right.
You can find it, you put that in your phone. Hunting cap, sunglasses on top of the hunting cap. He thinks he's Rambo. The next war will be won by a woman who's working from home.
Yes.
Computer, launching the drones, killing millions of people.
Yeah.
You don't need Joe Rogan's homies anymore.
No.
Wrong. Salaki, sir.
They say them bombs. They said the bombs only weighed about a pound or two. Yeah. They wasn't huge bombs.
Listen,
there was so many.
War is going to be a secretary's job, like a job of a woman who's one of them at-home workers on them computers.
Yes.
Home, and she's gonna kill millions of people, and that's that.
Your kids will be fighting the next war from the living room.
How'd I forget about that? Yes, the damn what's that thing's called, sir? The
video game kids.
Right. That's it.
They're gonna be on the video game kids. They're gonna be playing video games and get a phone call. This is the United States Army. We need your help. But you know it. Some kid will be flying a $20 drone with a bomb that's gonna wipe out a half of a city.
That's it.
You know what I mean? Like this is the end of that time and the beginning of a whole new world. Yeah. So you're so right, General. Salaki, I didn't mean to cut you off. Give it up for General. I didn't mean to cut you all off.
Or control some little remote control truck with a bomb on it. Roll up in somebody's tent. Boom.
That's right. That's right. Like, you know what I mean? Remember, every little country got AI too. So they're gonna be sitting up there playing with that AI, and it is by design, by the Lord's design, because like he said, what's so sweet about these prophecies is in the end, thou shalt learn war no more. like he gonna make you push back from the table for forever.
That's it.
You ain't gonna want to know nothing about no war after this. Or after how many people you kill and murder. And white people don't believe that when the Lord says, whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. You better go look at the ruins of Egypt. Okay. You better look at the ruins of Egypt. Now they went over to Egypt, went under the pyramids and found a 2-mile deep bunker full of they don't know what, or they ain't saying, going 2 miles into the ground, staircases and everything. But guess what? It didn't save the Egyptians. They was 2 miles down and they still lost their empire.
That's right.
So don't tell me the Lord can't wipe this empire out too if it does not stop doing the evil that it's doing. I yield. Salakia. You die.
Khan. Supreme Court sides with Donald Trump on legal protections for over 500,000 immigrants.
Go ahead.
Khan, sir. The administration the Supreme Court has granted the Trump administration's bid for permission to revoke temporary legal protections for more than 500,000 immigrants from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela, pending further litigation.
So now he gets to deport 500,000 people. Who?
Khan, sir. From Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela.
All Israelites. Oh, and these are people who legitimately, these brothers and sisters legitimately were running from the tyranny of their country. Right. They were on the opposite political side and ran from the political leaders who decided to use violence to overthrow the country. I got news for you Democrats. Y'all finna hide in bunkers too. You're gonna be the Democrats, you're gonna be hiding from the Republican Party also. Because they're gonna be issuing warrants for y'all. You know what I mean? They're gonna try to wipe you out as well. Before you know it, you're gonna hear this mayor getting a warrant, that mayor. Listen, they working directly out of Adolf Hitler's playbook. I wonder if they got a copy of the damn Mein Kampf up there in the White House. They playing right according to the book that he did. You know what I mean?
I mean, the fact that they get to come in their groups and arrest the brothers and sisters wearing masks. They wear masks, and when white people say identify yourself, they say we ain't got to. There's a whole new world. There's a whole new world. That's like the KKK with badges now. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yep. So true. Let me read something. Psalms 109:17 for me, you die. We're going to read something on this. If y'all don't mind, I'm going to just throw this out here because this is a state of emergency for blacks and Latino. The things that this man is doing, man, we need an extreme wake-up call. And we need extreme organization on fixing ourselves as a people. We got to snap out of it, just like you was out partying all night. Like you wake up the next morning, you like, oh man, I got to get to work. That's the attitude you better take in this empire. Let me know when you're ready to die. That's the attitude you better take because the Lord said, awake, awake. Okay. You ready to die?
Khan, sir.
Hit me. 17 and 18.
Khan, sir. The book of Psalms, chapter 109 and verse 17. As he loved cursing, so let it come unto him.
Yeah, he loved cursing. Mexicans are murderers. They this, they that. I mean, the degradation on such a poor people, struggling and did everything for you, which is so a wake-up call, like General Mayat brought out earlier. You done did everything how General Muhammad did in that tape. That tape is world famous. How that white girl was indignant at him bringing up the issues that America has done to black people. And he had to let her know. You know, we fought your wars. We did all this for you. And look, what have you done for us? And Mayak, you just highlighted it again with the Latino tribes. They worked so hard in this country, silently. silently in this country. Okay. And now you turn your back on them and you want to destroy and wipe them out. The Lord said, since you love cursing so much, say what, Yediah?
Khan Wakan, sir. So let it come unto him.
So let it come on to you. Let you get some of this cursing. And it's on its way. Go ahead.
Khan Wakan, sir. As he delighted not in blessing, so let it be far from him.
You didn't delight in blessing, so let it be far from you. You didn't want to bless the people that served you. You didn't want to bless, same like Pharaoh, man. Didn't want to bless the people who worked to build him the richest, greatest empire he had ever seen, that had ever been erected on this earth. Like I said, they found 2-mile bunkers down there. They're going to tell you it was aliens that did it. It had to be aliens because who could move those stones? No, it wasn't no aliens, man. It was righteous people. It was the people of God. They make me sick when they talk about it. It was aliens that built Egypt. How could they have had that architecture? Because you think nobody could do nothing but you. You don't respect nothing that nobody builds but you. You don't respect a single accomplishment. You stole every black accomplishment in America, man. Stole everyone's invention. Do you know I just found out that blue jeans was made by black people? That farmers, that black people suffering in them farmers. I'm gonna get all the information on it. We started blue jeans. You steal and rob everything that ain't nailed down. You take every man's accomplishment, just like the scripture said. You move a man's marker, man.
God.
You move the history and the marker of a man. That's why they purging the White House website and purging the military websites and denying applications for black people to join the military. But thanks be to God, they doing that. All of you black people out there who's got denied applications under Donald Trump to join the military, wake the hell up. God is telling you to join his military of righteous men and women and go out and feed the poor, take in the homeless, turn your churches into homeless shelters. Get righteousness among our people now before he goes out there and decides to do it himself, like y'all brought out earlier. When we going to decide to come together so we make the decisions on what lives and what dies? You understand? On who goes to jail and who doesn't. Well, we clean up the ghetto overnight because we know what the problem is. Our problem is not their problem. They don't care about our problems, man. That's why Pontius Pilate said, when they came to Pontius Pilate about Christ, he said, "Is this have something to do with your laws? Y'all see to it." He didn't want nothing to do with our problems. He was only concerned with his problems, with the Romans' problems. And that's what America's concerned with. You understand? So we should stand on our problems. You got ejected from the military. The VA ain't giving you your share. Now they trying to wipe your name off the list and wipe your accomplishments off the list. Come join the Israelite school, UPK, and get out here with us, man, and wake our people up, man. Come do what you should have did in the beginning anyway, but you didn't know better. But now you know better, God damn it.
That's right.
Get your ass out here and get to work with us, man.
Damn right.
We all over the YouTube, everywhere else. You see us working hard. You see the young men coming in off the street. How the hell you gonna be a trained vet? And you see these young men coming off this street and you ain't even feel no kind of way like you should be stepping up to get your work in to help fix your nation. You all gung-ho ready, Rambo first, Super Ranger, what's the other one? Navy SEAL, Black Op niggas and all that shit. You know all that high classified bullshit and you ready to do all of it, including die, so that this man could steal a little bit more oil out of the Middle East. So he can go rob some more cocaine fields out of Afghanistan. So he can steal more fruit out of Central and South America. You willing to do all that? There's a video out. I wish we could get this video. I should have downloaded this video. There's a video, man, of a 33-year veteran, a colonel, who talked about how he realized after 30 years that all he was a better hired gun for a better cartel than the Mexican cartels. He said the Mexican cartels and the cartels in South America are cartels from their area. He said, I was a cartel soldier for the biggest cartel in the world, America. And he goes on to break down that America does the exact same thing. They extort countries. They work for security. They bodyguards for corporations. He said they do the same damn thing the cartel does, including sell drugs. He said they just got a bigger army and they worldwide. You understand? You brothers all up in that military doing all that. You got rejected. You got rejected anyway. You understand? You done went and put in all that time and Trump then kicked you to the curb. So well, go to the curb. Go to the curb, man, and join the brothers that was there. Moses did it, dummy. Your grandmama was sitting up there telling you to go to the military, but your grandmama ain't tell you when you go to the military, you ain't going to learn what you should have learned while you was at home looking at that Bible. Right. Moses was a military general. They kicked him to the curb. You know what he did? He went and raised his people up and took them the hell up out of Egypt. Right. Pharaoh got out there in that wilderness looking for them. Guess what? They put that nigga down. Okay? They ain't harm him while they was in Egypt. They got their hell out of Egypt, man. They walked out of there. They held no crime against the Egyptians, man. They didn't rise against them or anything. They left out. Then the Egyptians came following after them because the bloodlust of killing them was too good to let go. Just like the white man, killing you and abusing you and enslaving you is just too damn good to let go. So let them follow you out into the wilderness, but at least get your ass up and get ready to go. At least do that for yourself. Salakia, go ahead, Yediah. Finish this up so I can let the story run.
Kala Wakan, sir, the book of Psalms, chapter 109 and verse 18. As he clothed himself with cursing, like as with his garment, so let it come unto his bowels like water, and like oil into his bones.
Give me 19.
Kala Wakan, sir, verse 19. Let it be unto him as the garment which covereth him, and for a girdle wherewith he is girded continually.
Kahuntham Yard, please send that text you sent to me. Please send that text over to Yediah. Kahuntham Yard found the article and the link on the blue jeans. Big shout out to Captain Kahuntham Yard. Found the link, send it to Yediah, please, so we can pull that story up, man, because it's insane how we did so much for this empire, man. God. I'm sorry to cut you off, Yediah. Please read that one again.
Kala Wakan, sir. Kala Wakan, Psalms 109 and verse 19. Let it be unto him as the garment which covereth him.
Right. Let it be just the garment you cover yourself with, all that power, all that white supremacy, all that abuse of blacks, Latinos. You understand? The Native Indians, you dog the Native Indians into death, damn near. Go up on the reservation in 2025 and they starving children with no shoes in the richest empire in the world. Let you be clothed with that. Since you want to clothe them that, since you don't understand that the Lord is a man of judgment, a man of war. You understand? He sits on a throne and brings judgment. You don't respect that judgment. So let that judgment fall on you. You'll respect him after that. You'll respect him. You'll respect him after that. The Egyptians did. Egyptians tried to hold off and defy the Most High. Till them plagues came, till that firstborn dropped dead. I don't wish the worst on you, but you wish it on yourself to be so unjust, man. Finish it, Yediah, please.
Kala Wakan, sir. And for a girdle, which wherewith he is girded continually.
Let it happen to him endlessly like it happens to us. 20 real quick. 20 real quick.
Kala Wakan, sir. Verse 20. Let this be the reward of my adversaries.
Let this be your reward, man, for doing so much evil to the Lord's chosen people. Go ahead.
Kala Wakan, from the Lord, and of them that speak evil against my soul.
And for them that speak evil against his soul, man. That was David speaking. And you speak evil against that righteous spirit that was in David. You speak evil against his soul. And that spirit was poured in us because it comes from Yahawashi, our king. So let you face that since you don't want to hear nothing else, man. Salaki, I appreciate our year. Yediah?
Khan, sir.
Next story.
ICE agents ordered the triple number of daily arrests.
The bloodlust continues. Keep going.
Colonel Khan, sir. Stephen Miller confirmed the reports that the Trump administration will seek to triple the number of arrests by Immigration and Customs Enforcement ICE officers under its attempt to deport all undocumented migrants from the U.S.
Anybody?
If I could, sir, if it was all right.
Please, your microphone's not in front of you, though.
Salaki, hello? Good to go?
Yeah, you there. There you go.
If I could, sir, I heard about this story today, and think about everything that happened this week with ICE agents all over San Diego and Boston. This week, sir, to back up one story you said about how the Democrats better run, this week there's a congressman named Jerry Nadler.
Okay.
In his office, ICE agents went into the congressman's office because they heard that he was harboring immigrants.
Come on, man.
And went in the congressman's office and arrested just some American aide who was
Come on, man.
They believed that he was stopping them from searching the office. This is a congressman's office in his district. His name is Jerry Nadler. The video is on the news.
Is he a Democrat? That's all I need to know.
Oh, you know he is, sir. He's
a
Democratic United States congressman. And they walked up in his headquarters and said, we heard you were harboring immigrants. And then arrested his assistant because the assistant would not let them go through the Democrat's office and search. And they arrested his assistant, who was an American, but he was stopping them from searching. And I thought about that, and I thought about what Trump is also this week, sir. Trump closed every Job Corps. Did you hear about that?
Wow.
Every last one.
Wow.
Job Corps is over. They got those kids at Job Corps have a week to leave.
Wow.
Week, Job Corps is funded ahead, meaning they get their funding a year ahead. So Congress already given them their money for next year.
And Donald Trump clipped it.
He still shut them down, even though the Congress funded them for next year. And I'm watching all of this week. How Trump is raiding neighborhoods, kicking out all the Cubans, Haitians, Venezuelans. And all I could think about, sir, is what a pussy Barack Obama was. He was, I'm sorry, he was weak. Do you understand?
Yes, he was.
Okay, you know what this means? You see how Trump has been in the office 100 days, and he is overtly racist and hates blacks and Hispanics. The laws, challenge the courts, gets rid of the judges, and kicks out every Mexican, every Venezuelan. What that means. Barack Obama could have been super pro-black if he wanted to. He could. Barack Obama could have kicked every Chinese person out of black neighborhoods. He could have gotten rid of every Vietnamese nail salon. He could have got rid of all the Arabs who own chicken joints in our neighborhoods. He could have sent ICE into black and Hispanic neighborhoods and took the businesses from Chinese people, Koreans, and Vietnamese people. He could have expelled every Chinese person out of the black community.
Hey,
please, sir, please.
Can Salaki, but I mean not mean to cut you off.
I'm good. Go through it.
Salaki. He could have gotten rid of white people.
Okay, and here's the problem, sir, with what you're saying. I think people are listening, not knowing that Donald Trump is getting rid of Hispanics.
Yes.
Barack Obama could have literally gotten rid of white people.
Yeah.
You're seeing it happen. Barack Obama could have done this and got rid of white people. He could have got rid of all of them. He could have. Barack Obama could have been racist on our side. He could have done it. And Donald Trump's presidency is the proof that you don't have to be tactical or even smart. You could just overtly hate a race and send the government in to get rid of them.
Right.
That's it.
He could have done this, but instead, what did you get? Transgenders. That's what you got. You got transgenders, and Donald Trump became president and did not hide racism, didn't care about being called a racist. He used the government. Barack Obama could have sent the federal government into the Republicans' office and said, are you hiding, give me somebody, white people. Are you hiding people from Sweden in here? I heard you hiding some white people in here from Sweden. Let me see their paperwork. Are you hiding Koreans in here? I heard they opened up a restaurant in the South Central Los Angeles. He could have raided the Republicans' office.
He could have arrested every white militia.
Oh my God. Did you hear what he just said?
Yeah.
I did not even consider that.
He could have locked up every white militia and took all their guns.
He could have.
Now they're all federal agents. There would have been no January 6th. None of that. Now they're all federal agents with a bad attitude because they were locked up on January 6th. And because of Donald Trump's delusion, believed that they were innocent when they went to jail. Sir, welcome to America, man.
Sir, he could have released Larry Hoover.
Yikes. Yikes.
He could have let Larry Hoover out of jail. He did nothing to help black people.
10 years ago.
Gets in there and just completely is racist, shuts down. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. You know what the reason is for why he shut down Job Corps? This is a quote. Because there were too many children in there who were violent. There were too many violent kids in Job Corps. And he shut down Job Corps, which was the only path for some people, for brothers and sisters, to get a GED and not lead a life of crime. Barack Obama could have been so racist for us.
Right.
He could have been so black. He could have arrested all of our enemies, but instead he didn't.
Yep.
Oh, he could have sent police to them little houses in the middle of the woods full of bodies in the basement where the police never go, and exposed the cruelty of these people. You know?
Yep. You're so right. Like he could have made America great again.
Yeah, thank you. The water.
Like, you know, man, he could have actually made it great again. He could have cleaned up all the criminal activity among them. There would have been no January 6th.
None.
There would have been none of that nonsense going on. Instead, he fought for the LGBTQ. Him and Harris. That was more important than fighting for us. Fighting for us was secondary to making sure that gays and lesbians had more freedom, as if anybody is stopping them from all their sexual proclivities. He had to make sure they had more freedoms to have more sexual proclivities rather than the dire straits from 400 years of racism that we had been suffering. You know what I'm saying? That's why you need Christ. People want to know, what do you need Christ for? That's why you need Christ. Because Obama going to tell you the hope will change and nothing will change. You die?
I mean,
go ahead. Somebody else lock it.
He could have let his agents put on masks and go into the police station and fire every cop who has any claims against him of having abuse. He could have put the most pro-black person in charge of the FBI. He could have put Cornel West in charge of the FBI.
Yes, he could. But certainly that
go look and see who Trump put in charge of the FBI. Some lunatic.
Yes.
Some nut. He could have did what he wanted. He could have been so pro-black. And I remember, sir, at the time, all you black Christians were saying this about Barack Obama. You know, he gotta be the president for all people. You remember that?
Yep.
He just can't do something for black people. You know, he can't do that. He got to be the president for all people. Seems like you don't have to be the president for all people, huh?
Right.
Seems like you can be the president for one race, and that's that.
That's right.
Yep.
I be loving it, General, when they all complain and say, well, what Trump is doing is illegal. What his team is doing is illegal. What he's doing is illegal. Then the journalists say, well, what are you going to do about it? Well, we just have to continue screaming to the rooftops. We just it's a damn joke.
And once again, which means Barack Obama could have broke the Constitution, broke the law, got rid of the judges, and they would have been able to do nothing about it. He could have helped us.
And listen, and he had the moral wind behind. Like white people was behind Barack Obama. They was like, we tired of this racist Republican nonsense. We want, some liberal, let a black man run it type vibe. He had the wind behind him. He could have did whatever he wanted. Let me tell you something. Kahan Yard, if you still listening, this is what I want you to do. I want you to create a post on Facebook right now. Right? Put that post on Facebook and put up on that post, what could Barack Obama have done for us, seeing what Donald Trump is doing for his? And I want everybody listening to this show to post up on that Facebook page under Kahan Yard and put your comment in on what you think he should have did. I guarantee you, if we all post on there, it'll be an insane list of things that he could have done. Excuse me, that he could have done when he went up in there, brother, and did nothing. And it is also why they would never let a black man be in that White House. You know what I'm saying? But Michelle should have leaned on him. She should have leaned on him hard to go ahead and do what it is that he needed to do. You know what I'm saying? But we couldn't expect too much out of her. She married a Hamite. So, you know what I'm saying? That's why your race is important, even though they want you to think it's not. I yield. Go ahead, you dad.
Colonel Wakan, sir. Colonel Wakan.
Everybody go to Kahan Yard's post. Once he posted and leave a comment on what could have been done. Go ahead, y'all.
Colonel Wakan, sir. From workwear to runaway, the American story of blue jeans.
Come on.
In the 19th century, denim became known as Negro cloth.
Go ahead.
Colonel Khan, alluding both to the people who manufactured and wore it. Its utilitarian use continued to appeal to workers even after the abolishment of slavery.
So black people during slavery created it. They racially slurred it like they love to do, but the quality was so good that it appealed to workers. And I mean, how much jeans was sold in this country? That stinking, rotten so-called Jew, the Levi's Jean Company, ruled the denim being done in the United States up until the damn 80s and 90s when rappers started endorsing other jean companies. Prior to Most High in Christ, Kahan Yard said the post is up. You know what I mean? Like, imagine that. All the way up to the 80s, did they rule the jeans sold? And then now, finally, other companies like FUBU and Rockaware and others finally got endorsements to make clothes. Meanwhile, those was our jeans. Almost 100 years, they stole the jeans from us and sold it to the world. People used to get mugged and robbed for their jeans in Germany and the Scandinavian countries because it was so difficult back in the 80s to get jeans. And now, and all that time, the Levi's Jean Company was making a mint off of our creation. White man is the devil the Bible speaks of. I yield. Is that it? Go ahead, you guys.
Colonel McCon, sir.
Praise.
Colonel McCon. First Nation leaders call on governments to free up Winnipeg hotel space for Manitoba wildfire evacuees.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Colonel McCon. For the First Nation leaders say hotels in Winnipeg and other Manitoba cities are largely booked as they continue to seek temporary housing for evacuees fleeing communities surrounded by the wildfires.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Colonel McCon, Manitoba First Nation leaders gathered in Winnipeg on Saturday to call upon the federal province and Winnipeg municipal government to direct city hotels to make space for their community members.
Mm-hmm. So in other words, they don't They know these people is under wildfires, and they won't even reserve any space for them in the hotel. Am I understanding that right?
Colonel McCon, sir. Colonel McCon.
That's insane. The people dying in wildfires, they won't even give them a little bit of space, a little hotel rooms to save their families from wildfires. Meanwhile, white people get up on that news and cry about them wildfires. Hundreds of thousands of dollars of aid come in from all nations across the country. But now the Gadites, Native Indians, the hotels won't even let them get the hotel rooms, man. You know what I'm saying? I know one thing, though. I know one thing that the world better know. The Lord said a troop shall overcome them. But they never read that last line where it say he shall overcome in the end.
That's right.
That's what they should be worrying about. The Lord is going to change rulership on this earth. They've had it for forever. And now it's time for someone else to rule. And that someone else is Christ. So, white people, you better learn mercy, man. You better learn mercy and kindness and forgiveness. You better learn all them virtues that you don't like. All them virtues that, you ain't used to. Having consideration and care and kindness and decency. Everything you've been lying to have and not have. You better start having it. I yield. Anybody?
I'm done.
You died? Next story. Salaki, y'all. Pouring a drink.
Colonel McCon, sir. Colonel McCon. A slap in our face. Outraged Black Georgia family accuses cops of protecting white man who drove into the sidewalk and struck 7-year-old boy. Prosecutor refuses homicide charges.
Keep going.
Colonel McCon, sir. Dalton Carson. It's like a Dalton Kaysen, a 26-year-old white man who was under the influence of fentanyl and cocaine when he struck and killed a 7-year-old black boy named Logan Sharp last year in Georgia, according to a toxicology report from the Georgia Bureau of Investigation.
Just murdered him high. Ran him over high. And they don't want to bring no murder charges.
Colonel McCon.
If that was a black person, forget about it. Keep going.
Colonel McCon, sir. Well, Pierce County prosecutors have refused to charge him with vehicular homicide.
Vehicular.
Colonel McCon, the water, sir.
Yeah, no sweat.
Which would be the appropriate charge under state law because he was driving under the influence of drugs, according to a Georgia criminal defense attorney.
That's a beautiful little boy, too. Okay. I mean, under the law, he's supposed to be charged.
Right.
That's the law, which means everybody else, especially black people, that ran over somebody drunk and killed the kid or the adult, they're charging him with murder.
Yeah.
Well, he get the walk.
And that's the problem with this justice system. They have the authority to decide who they want to punish and who they don't want to punish.
Yes.
It ain't like if you break this rule, this is what happens. It's you break this rule, it go to me, and I got the power to say, do I want to do anything or not? That's respect the persons.
Yeah, sure is.
And I'm sure, sir, before Donald Trump, we all just assumed that if you kill someone while you're high on cocaine and meth, it was just a guaranteed vehicular homicide murder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not. So add that to the list.
Right.
When Obama was president, if you kill a child, if you kill a little black child while you're high, you would not have to go to jail for murder.
Right.
Obama could have done that. His Justice Department could have not put any black people in jail and killed white children while they were driving high. That happened. This is the proof.
Yep.
This could have happened.
Crazy.
Can I get a
go ahead, please?
13 and 16 real fast. And once again, I'm gonna run it down y'all throat because the Bible speaks about this in particular, about how they know this Edomite man killed this young brother and won't charge him like they charge a brother for something. Yeah. That's across the board.
Yeah.
It's across the board. 2 cops in Virginia got shot by that. I want to say he may have been Afghanistani or Arab or whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean? By the heathen nation.
Mhm.
Because they ain't treat them like they treat black people. You just see it on Instagram or on Facebook where they shot and killed that brother. After the security guard tackled him, the cop unloaded a clip into him and killed him.
Yeah.
More of a threat.
And he on his back.
Say again, sir? I'm sorry.
And he was on his back.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
on
sir.
his back. You saw his hands. He ain't had no weapon on him or nothing. And he only loaded a clip inside of him. You better wake up and realize that the Lord is trying to show you and tell you, man. And I'm going to prove it to you right here in the scripture I'm about to give you. Read, warrior. 16 for time's sake. I understand.
Come. Ecclesiasticus chapter 13 and verse 16. All flesh consorteth according to kind.
So his kind, what? This flesh, meaning the body you in. These Edomites, they consort to their own kind. They look out for each other, protect each other. That man was blatantly high. Toxicology reports reported it, and he didn't get charged, but he should have got charged. That was murder. And it said driving a car is vehicular manslaughter. And they didn't charge him as such. Why? Because all flesh consort to their kind. You understand me? Keep on reading.
Colonel Wakan, sir. And a man will cleave to his.
And who?
And a man.
And who?
And a man.
Say it one more time.
And a man
Go ahead.
will cleave to his like.
They cleave to the ones they like. They cleave to the ones that's like them. They know he did something wrong. They gotta chastise him, but we're not gonna chastise him or punish him like how we would black people. We give him a charge like how we would charge black people. We're not going, okay, we have an Edomite with a firearm. Yeah, it's many tapes out there. It's 2 tapes out there. One tape I saw where they jumped this cop. He was a sergeant. Walked up behind him, put him in a chokehold. They beat him down. How come they didn't shoot that cat to death? How come they didn't shoot him to death? Or shoot them to death? Or beat him down with nightsticks and clubs and all that stuff there? Yeah. But you, Black, Hispanic, Native Indians, they're going to unalive you.
Yeah.
They're going to take your body here. Why? Because a man will cleave to his own like. Right. They had one tape where the cat chased the cop with a parking lot around the car. And it took us forever to tase the cat. And they got him. They treated him so gently, so nice. A brother with a knife, you gone.
What about the 2?
Load the clip on you, Slocky, so I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Slocky. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
Sir, every cop gonna load a 2 or 3 rounds. Matter of fact, 30 rounds, and then you got a knife in your hand.
Yeah.
Why? Because a man gonna cleave into his like. You better understand what the Bible's trying to tell you, man. You better get it right inside your head. You Black, Hispanic, Native Indians, you are part of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. You got a set of laws that you got to abide by. No matter what people tell you or make you feel good with what they say, all that's lies. The Lord's way is the right way. And you better get down with it. He's showing you more and more and more how they feel about you, and you can't get away from it. It was the same under Biden, and it's even more worse under Trump. Ain't nothing changing. They're getting more and more bold. So why don't you get bold? You understand what I'm saying, sir? Yeah, like they're getting bold. They being who they supposed to be. Why don't we be who we supposed to be? Why don't we get back who we are to them 12 tribes and do what God say do and watch the Lord deal with our enemies like how he did in Egypt? I yield.
And Hobbs, if I could, what about the damn right? Give it up. What about the 2 white boys that beat up the cop? That's out on TikTok. Did you mention that?
I did, sir. Listen, he was one cat. The other cat came up behind, put him in a chokehold, and threw him on the ground and beat him down.
Yes, they did. The other cat was kicking him and everything, and they stood him up. White people came around, and he did not make any move to arrest them on anything. He got up off that ground, damn near apologetic.
And you know what, General? Where was the backup at?
Yep.
Usually when you're going through something, you holler, stop me some units and send back up. You know what I mean? You say something where you in distress, and they come flying from everywhere in the earth. Where's the backup at?
He didn't even call for him because it was a white man.
Yeah. Cut on one gun.
Sir, if I could add even more depression to what General House is saying.
Come on, please.
Here's what's more depressing. We all know, and we always say this, if that was a black man who grabbed the cop and beat him up, he would have gotten shot.
Yeah.
Problem. If that was a black man, he would have gotten shot. And black religious leaders would have said the black man should have gotten shot because he hit that cop.
Yeah.
He really shouldn't have hit that cop. He was
Right.
wrong for hitting that cop. You can't assault a police officer. Our religious so-called leaders, like Stephen A. Smith,
Yeah.
he's not. They would have been on TV saying, of course the cop shot him. He had no choice. The black man grabbed him and choked him and assaulted the police officer.
Mm.
And black people would have said, well, that's true. You know, he did punch that cop in the face. That you would have heard that everywhere. You would have heard the black community say, well, he grabbed that cop and he strangled that cop. You know, that's really justified. We can't do things like that, which is why, if I could add more depression to you, everyone prefers their own. And we prefer white people.
Yikes.
Because God said, is Israel a servant?
Yeah.
We don't. Let me tell you something. Our love for white people is so extreme. It's not natural.
Mm.
Because if we were just natural, we would say, yes, a black man choked him, but he still shouldn't have shot him. F you.
Yeah.
That's what we would say.
Right.
We would say,
Yeah.
yes, a black man. Yes, he was high when he killed that white boy. Hey, listen, sometimes you make mistakes.
That's it.
Like we would say that about if a black man killed a white child while he was high, the black community would say that man should go to jail.
Right.
Yeah.
Go to jail for murder. If we were like them, we would say, yes, I was high and I did kill that white child. Hey, nobody's perfect. Listen, we make mistakes sometime when you're high.
Right.
We don't even prefer ourselves because our allegiance to white people is unnatural. It's something you only feel if you were a slave. Once again, we forget what he's taken from us.
Right.
When he gives us something, we forget what he's taken. And that's unnatural according to that scripture house. That is unnatural. Salakia, sir.
Listen, you so right. That is not how it is supposed to go. Our love for them leaves. We don't have no room for love for ourselves.
No.
You know what I'm saying? We don't got no room for no love for ourselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we, we would say just that. We would say that brother need to go to jail. Meanwhile, white people all the time act like, well, it was a mistake. Look what happened with Donald Trump and Elon Musk. They said Elon Musk is smoking ketamine at the White House. Donald Trump said, yeah, he don't need to do that. But hey, see ya. He probably was in there stealing and robbing. He probably was snorting up in that White House. That's why they're getting rid of him quietly. Because if the FBI report come out on the surveillance, he was sniffing up Tesla, all in the Tesla cars and all that. You know what I mean? God knows what he was doing. He probably was on Air Force One sniffing ketamine. They was mad at Joe Biden and the cocaine they found in the White House with Joe Biden. Talk about little Biden was in there snorting cocaine in the White House. Meanwhile, Elon Musk sniffing a tub full of ketamine and running out, kicking in doors all over the federal, making a mess of the federal government. He high. Come to find out, we got a crackhead shutting down every federal agency in Manhattan. Like, these are idiots running this country, man. Like the Lord truly said, give me this scripture, you diet. Where the Lord said, children rule over them. You know that one.
Sir.
Get that scripture for me right quick. I got to read that. They had a crackhead in the White House. He's shutting down, kicking in doors, shutting down everybody's business, flying in white supremacists. You understand? And meanwhile, at the end of the day, they talking about him like he's such a whiz kid and he's so wise. And he built Tesla. And what's the name of that old rocket he trying to build? That old rocket to go to space. Meanwhile, this is a dope fiend, man. This is a dope fiend running around the White House. And I've been said it before. He looked like a dope fiend from way back. He looked like one of them good old 1990 dope fiends. You know what I mean? Can't talk without sniffling at the same time.
Yeah.
Smoking all the latest dope around, and they acting like, Donald Trump hurry up and got rid of him. You got it, you die, hit me with it when you get it.
Go on, sir. The book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors.
That's it. We got children oppressing us. We got dope fiends oppressing us, man. He turned around. Didn't they vet him? I thought that old Patel, that old East Indian, I thought he was supposed to be on top of the game. Him and that psychopath, what's his name? Bongiorni or whatever. Whatever his name is, the deputy director. Yeah. He got Captain Idiots up there with him. Didn't they? They let a ketamine dope fiend right next to the president after he'd already had a assassination attempt. And you looking at this as benevolent? Black people looking at this and trying to figure out a way to come together with these pieces of garbage, man. Like the head of the Pentagon. Another maniac. They tried to tell him, Donald Trump, this cat is a drunk. This cat be partying and creating chaos. He got anger issues. He another miserable white man. Donald Trump ain't paid it no mind. Still put him in the office. You know what I mean? And now he's running the Pentagon when they getting ready to go to war with Taiwan over Taiwan. They done put this cat in the White House. Between them three idiots running that and this ketamine crackhead, man, they in bad shape. Oh, we gonna get good people. We gonna get great people. You gonna end up, man, in the Third World War and destroy your whole empire and destroy everything else doing stupid shit, especially coming up against the tribe of I.S.U.P.K and his fellows, the Latino tribes, man. Now you gonna make a mess of what we doing. You understand? Right, like a real dope fiend. I mean, he was kicking in doors. We got to cut spending. They probably caught him stealing the money. I'm telling you, he kicked in somebody's door and carried that bag of money back to get his ketamine high. You know what I mean? And brought that cash back somewhere. I don't know. He did something under that influence because we all know coming up in this truth, if you on drugs, you cannot be relied upon. The drugs is your God. You will lie and tell us anything, but if you getting high, that's who you worship. You don't worship the Most High. You worship that dope. And you can't be relied upon, man, because you can be influenced by that dope. And this cat sitting up in the White House done fired 120,000 people in the federal government in Washington, D.C., talking about he cutting spending, coming to find out he getting high every day up in that place. And God knows where. And of course, that report ain't never coming out. That report will be one of them classified reports for the next, if Christ don't return, shoot, for forever. You know what I mean? I yield.
If I could, sir, they got the video of Elon Musk. I mean, higher than I haven't seen that many people this high. Like he high like 125th Street in Lenox.
Wow.
He high like a nodding dope fiend.
Good night.
The methadone clinic.
Come on, man.
The video is insane. Play the video in case you haven't seen it.
Give us the full screen if you could. He probably getting high. He probably had to get high just to get the dismissal, just to go in there and get dismissed. And you look at his tapes, he always looking at his damn, he high.
if you play the video, woo, ah.
Brother, that's that SpaceX shit. That ain't no nigga get ketamine. That ain't that shit you get in the hood.
He must have did a dope fiend fall because that eye is tagged. He must have did a dope fiend fall and hit his eye. Or somebody tagged him.
Or Donald Trump punched him in the face for being so stupid.
What's that? Look at that.
Brother, that's next level high. You understand? Listen, He don't, and the nod don't even be a full nod. That's how good the quality is. Look at the quality. Look at the quality. He can still hold a man. Look at that. Ooh. Ooh. Listen, he weaving. He about to drop, but he holding it together.
God.
Look at it. Ooh. Damn.
That
Brother, listen, he having visions of Mars and SpaceX and all that get high shit. What a dope thing.
Get the one with Donald Trump.
Oh,
that was that good $10 to the Allegheny High right there, gentlemen.
yes. Yes.
And that's the problem with America.
You could not
because
they're at Walmart.
No.
You could not get a job at Walmart being that type of crackhead.
Right.
You couldn't get any job. And remember, sir, this week they said that the reason that they want to release Derek Chauvin from prison is because him having his knee on the neck of what's his brother George Floyd wasn't the reason he died. He died because George Floyd was high. He was high when it happened. The drugs killed him. So because Eric Floyd was high, that was his name. Because George Floyd was high, then you got to release Derek Chauvin from jail. Meanwhile, this cat is high, firing people who are veterans.
Right.
Firing people who are veterans in foreign wars in this country. And he's high the entire time.
God.
And also, sir, last one, my apologies.
Oh, ain't no sweat.
The story came out, they broke the story out in the media that he was so high when he was working for Doge, he was taking an astronomical amount of ketamine. I don't even know what the hell that is, ketamine.
Yikes.
But there's some things, sir, that white people love.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they said the amounts was insane. And so they went and asked Donald Trump. And this is Donald Trump. When they asked him, did you know that he was taking amazing amounts of ketamine while he worked for you? This is Donald Trump's response right here, sir, if I could. Please play for Commander Joe YAHANNA if you could.
Were you aware of Elon Musk's regular drug use?
No, I wasn't. I think he's fantastic. I think Elon is a fantastic guy. And
are you troubled by these reports?
I'm not troubled by anything with Elon. I think he's fantastic. Did a great job. And, you know, Doge continues. And by the time it's finished, we'll have numbers that'll knock your socks off. It's going to be, he did a fantastic job. And he didn't need it. He didn't need to do it.
Yeah, listen, Donald Trump sound hurt. He hurt that he hurt that his boy was getting high, and they caught him. Somebody caught his ass. They didn't like him no way.
No.
You know what I mean? I bet you that was old Rubio probably did that because he said something about. He said Rubio was only good for being in front of the cameras. He treated Rubio like he was a Latino clown.
Yes, he did.
Rubio probably got back on him and spilt the beans on his ketamine stash. You know what I mean? And show you how, once again, like we live in a nightmare if you don't serve Christ. Like this man is right next to the president in the White House, you understand, snorting an illicit drug that is illegal to possess. To have in your hand, it is illegal to have ketamine in your hand. It's an illicit drug, and he probably had other drugs in his system as well. And yet this man gets to work in the White House. Like we live according to their likes, which is hell on earth. But you have to live according to how another man feels. He wakes up today and he's angry with you. Your life is hell. He wake up tomorrow and he's happy with you. Your life is better. Like to have to do that to man is absolutely hell. That's how you know there's a God. Man didn't evolve to this level for him to be over the earth. That's a damn lie. God set this earth up because his judgment is far, far over man's judgment. Christ showed us that when he walked the earth. You need a God to rule the earth, because if you let man rule the earth, this is what you get. You get war and conflict and death and suffering and rape, robbery and murder, and the world descends into filth and dirt and disgustingness. But with a God in righteousness, the earth prospers, goes forward, gets built up, everything goes as it should. And that's why, man, I ain't never giving up my faith for the Most High. I'm never turning my back on the Lord. I don't care how it look out in these goddamn streets. I aspire to a higher level. Like if you a sucker, you gonna just grind for what you want, what you can get in this world. That's a fool's man. That's a fool's play. I'm not grinding for the crumbs in this kingdom, man. I'm not doing that. I'm putting my trust in the Most High, and I'm gonna grind for the kingdom of heaven, man. I'm not grinding for them goddamn crumbs at the behests of Donald Trump liking me. Get the hell out of here, man. I'll serve the Lord and let him like me, because in his like, I'll get a reward that no man could take away from me. You understand? I'll get a crown that no man can remove off my head because he wake up and decide he don't like me or don't like something. Damn that, brother, not me. You know what I mean? I ain't trading that glory for nothing. Esau would, like the scripture said. He traded his birthright for a morsel of bread or a morsel of meat, whatever it was. That's what he does. We ain't cut from the same cloth. Some of us aspire to much, much higher levels. Salaki, I you.
Yes, sir. And listen, the other side of that is hell, General, because if you don't follow the Lord, then you know your life can be destroyed in prison or taken because you committed a murder by a murderer, like a murderer arresting you for murder. The biggest dope dealer putting you in prison forever for dope. You understand? Like all the crimes that they arresting black and brown people for and throwing us into prison for, whether we did it or not, they doing it more than anybody. Like you just said, it's illegal to possess that drug. You know how many brothers in prison right now for possessing those type of drugs? Lives get ruined by a people who breaking all the laws. So
Listen, that's exactly what I was trying to say, man. Like, that's crazy. That is the epitome of hypocrisy, man. You know what I mean? Like, he's supposed to be arrested on the spot.
Yeah.
Patel's supposed to go in there and lock him up, and they supposed to take him to federal prison right now for smoking that ketamine. They didn't even arrest him. They let him step on up off like it was nothing. And I'm not sure about that ketamine. That got to be checked because I'm not even sure if it's an illegal drug. But, you know what I mean? It sure sounds like one. You know what I mean? But I could be wrong. I don't really know. If anybody out there knows the true legalities on whether or not ketamine is legal or not, let me know. Let us know.
I think Yedaya was going to say something about it, sir.
Oh, good. Go ahead, Yedaya.
If I could, Commander Yohanna, I have an article, and it's not just ketamine, sir.
Okay.
To sum it up, sir, he on everything.
Dang. He sure looked like that head went into that spin, boy. He looked like he looked like he saw something in the fourth dimension. Go ahead, Salaki.
It says Elon Musk's real drug problem is much worse than you think. What happens when you mix ketamine, ecstasy, and mushrooms?
Ecstasy is definitely illegal.
Yeah,
it's illegal to possess ecstasy capsules. You mixing ecstasy with ketamine and what else? Mushrooms? Oh, he is a dope fiend. That's an old college dorm dope fiend. He been getting high since you sniffing those. You've been getting high since college. Go ahead, Salaki.
Salaki, sir. It says Elon Musk's drug consumption went well beyond occasional use. Ketamine, a powerful anesthesiac that is affecting his bladder, known for his chronic use. He took ecstasy and psychedelic mushrooms, and he traveled with a daily medication box that held about 20 pills,
including what?
Including ones with the markings of the stimulant Adderall, according to the photo of the box who have seen it.
That's a crackhead box. They call that a box. They call that the works when you got a box of works.
That's right, the works.
That's a box of works, man. The man was a crackhead, man. You know what I'm saying? They let a crackhead run the country, man. God damn. They let all of America fall up under a dope fiend. with walking with the works box. You know, his drugs probably within in his system, and I knew he was a dope fiend from way back because if you notice, every time you hear him talk, he be licking his gums and trying to get some moisture, trying to get some moisture in his mouth because his mouth dry from all the drugs. You know, man, like that's what we've been reduced to. This dope fiend making decisions about our very lives. About our very lives. Like I brought out before, you know how many black women had career jobs in Washington, D.C. and in the military, career jobs running this country out.
Yeah.
That held them jobs so long that if they wasn't doing nothing, they should have been kept on them jobs.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And then they was paying them money to buy them out. You could have just kept them on the job. But you had to look like you was Billy Badass, you understand, cutting jobs. So you went and sniffed up all the goddamn ketamine the night before, then ran out the door the next day just firing and kicking in doors and running rampant like a goddamn animal. You understand? Like a goddamn irresponsible fool. You know what I mean? And listen, here's the messed up part. Those people that he got rid of, those are the people that got to run the country when him and Donald Trump and the rest of them start getting high and going off. When they find other ones in them, you know what I mean? That Patel, his eyes don't blink. What's up with that?
I think I know, sir. I think that's cocaine, sir. That
Like his eyes don't blink. His eyes was same as that white girl that ripped everybody off with that new drug that she claimed could do something to your blood.
Yeah.
Like he walks around with his eyes open like he done been frightened or something. That's cocaine. And that what's his name?
I forget his name, but it's something like you said.
Yeah, like Bongiano or Bongioni, some Italian name.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's even really Italian. He don't even look Italian, but he could be. But anyway, he's another one. You know what I mean? Like, is he on 100 every minute of every day? Like, man, this is a mess, man. And of course, Hex is already known for being a drunk. He already known for it, boy. Happy hour come, it's game over. You know what I mean? Like they destroying the country. You hating black people, Latino people, Native Indian people. You hate the poor. You white people, you so stupid. Your forefathers tried to show you that rich men make you hate the poor so they can rob you. Stupid.
That's it.
Stupid idiots. You understand? You looking at the poor, hating the poor. You know what I mean? Like the poor is taking money out of your mouth. You big dummies. When Donald Trump get finished with you, man, you middle class white people, you already in hell. All your ranches is catching hell. Cattle ranches catching hell. Farms catching hell. All these small towns is catching double hell because these corporations they already switching the country over. They're gonna gobble up every corporation tied into all kind of electronics. And then you white people who usually made money, you getting ready to be wiped the hell out. Yeah. Amazon is wiping out all your businesses. All your businesses. You're going to forget about it. You're going to be able to buy anything on Amazon in about 2 seconds. So all your businesses is being wiped out when you had it going with the Mexicans. But instead, you hated them so much, you got gassed up by a ketamine dope fiend that told you, don't worry about it. We're going to have robots for you. You know what I mean? We're going to have robots for you. So it's fine. Let's get rid of the Mexican. You hated them so much that you listened to that dope fiend, and that dope fiend gassed you up. The biggest Ponzi scheme you ever saw. Some dope fiend gassed you up to fall in line and let them get rid of your workforce and going to destroy your business. Like the Mexicans getting locked up ain't gonna hurt Elon Musk. The Mexicans getting locked up ain't gonna hurt his business, but it will destroy your cattle ranch. It will destroy your farming business. It will destroy your big box company. Every big box company in America gonna fall if you get rid of the Mexicans. Every last one of Walmart, Target, I don't give a damn which one it is. Every last one of them will shut down. Best Buy, all of that. You're going to have to buy everything online through these rich, super rich, so-called oligarchs Why? Because you went and sat up there and hated their workforce so much that you sat up there. No, strike that. You sat up there and hated your own workforce so much that you let a crackhead gas you up to give up your own workforce. Let us lock you up. Let's get rid of these Mexicans. Nigga, you the one, you dumb, white, stupid white people. You the one that they worked for. You the one that needed them. So goddamn stupid. Let's see how good the robots work. I see why they can't get them cars to work out there in Arizona. Them electric cars.
That's right.
Them autonomous vehicles. The autonomous vehicles is high too. You know what I mean? The programmers is programming ketamine in their ass.
The robot high. God
The robot high. Like you know what I mean? All the you white people, you out there getting the Neuralink. You getting the Neuralink, you gonna be a ketamine crackhead on the Neuralink. You gonna be on the Neuralink high as shit. Can't go to work, nothing. Yeah. Oh man.
Good. That's my yacht.
Oh yeah.
That was it, sir. Salakia.
That's it. We got time for one more. You done?
On that story, I believe it's more stories.
Oh, okay. Come. Let's go. I think we short on time though. Go ahead.
Colonel McCon, sir. Colonel McCon, you mentioned Diddy was a good friend of yours. Donald Trump suggests he would pardon Diddy, saying he would look at the facts in his old friend's case.
Con. Yeah, he got to look at the facts. Why? Yeah. Because who knows what's on the Diddy tapes?
Shalom.
Like he done already got on that sports announcer's bus and said, you know, when you're famous, they let you grab the box.
That's what he said.
You know what I'm saying? That's what he said. He done already been convicted of paying off prostitutes for not coming out with their record.
That's right.
With what he was doing. And some of them old pictures of him, he in the pictures with Epstein, looking high as a kite.
That's right.
With Epstein. Okay. So of course he got to look at the case. He got to let his war dog go in there and talk to Puff Daddy and say, well, what you got on the president? You know what I'm saying? I hope Puff Daddy was taping back then. That's because right. if he got something good and juicy on him, he gonna cut him loose. Puff Daddy gonna get invited to the White House as innocent. He gonna be in there doing the champagne. What's his famous song? Can't stop, won't stop. He gonna be in the West Wing talking about can't stop, won't stop. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he got to consider him. Salakia, go ahead. You got it.
And think about it. And this Puff Daddy, I remember at the time, he was the example of black excellence.
Yes, he was.
Black entrepreneurship.
Yes. Yeah, man. What they call that kind of man, Muhammad?
High value.
Yes.
Man.
Yes. That was
value man.
Woo.
Meanwhile, at the time, having orgies with Donald Trump.
Right.
Donald Trump said, "This is man." Trump said they were close, best friends.
Good, nice.
And it's such an example on why the black community is always supposed to let celebrities be our political heroes.
Yep.
And that's been like that since the 30s.
Yep.
In the 30s, we got to pick some tap dancer, and he's our political hero. He's our representative among the people because the celebrities are having orgies with the enemy.
Right.
Yes, they are.
Always want, some celebrity. They've been doing this since Lena Horne. Yeah. I mean, they were saying, well, we need a summit with black leaders. We have to invite Lena Horne.
Yep.
Like this black, and Puff Daddy was one of them.
Yes, he was.
Political hero.
Yep.
Political leader among black people.
Vote or die.
Vote. Shit, how'd I forget? Vote or die. Yeah.
Yep.
Meanwhile, this whole time, he's having orgies with the people who are trying to get you fired from your job.
Yeah.
Orgy with him. So
no, you would give it up. You saying it heavy as hell. Like Like that's what we need to see. That's what's going on in the Democratic National Congress. That's what's going on in there. What's that old big black group? Is it the Democratic National Congress? No, what's the black one? Q would know. What's the black? The Black Caucus or something.
The Congressional Black Caucus.
The Congressional Black Caucus. Them niggas in there with Puff Daddy. I know they all on tape. He got them all. I know his lawyer calling all them niggas up. Y'all know Puff Daddy used to come through there through DC, bring y'all all that nice cocaine and bring that oil for you. He had that baby oil laced with God knows what. That old lace baby oil. They had 1,000 bottles of that lace baby oil. Them feds must have came in right before he went and did something horribly nasty to a whole lot of people. You understand? I mean, why would you keep 1,000 bottles of baby oil in your house? 1,000 bottles of baby oil, brother. You could run a train off of 1,000 bottles of baby oil. That's enough oil to lubricate the shuttle. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Give me a break. This cat here was running roughshod over all that. And I remember we used to go to DC and that Black Caucus used to be, I mean, when they was partying after an election, if a Democrat won, oh my God. It was every hoe from Hoseville was up in that damn DC area, brother, running through them hotels, man. I remember that. Con.
Yeah, Con.
I yield to what?
You died.
So he gonna consider that.
Oh yeah.
He may walk up out of there. That's the power of politics, man. He may walk out of there. You know, man. He may walk up out of there. And they was playing the tapes of him in prison. He sounded very confident in there. And on them tapes in prison, he sounded confident. Like he was not worried about nothing. So he must know he got some leverage to play. Whether he'll get away with it or not, who knows?
You know, a lot of things that came out that his lawyers didn't want the jury to hear. They started preparing for the appeal. Like if he's found guilty, they could come back and appeal and get a whole new jury that ain't gonna hear none of the nasty shit that came out this time.
Damn. That's heavy. So them tapes must be horrifying. What the stuff that they did. And if Donald Trump on them, boy, you know what I'm saying? He definitely playing his hand on it.
Right.
Man, so I guess it's about that time. We got to cut it right here, y'all. 11 o'clock. Y'all know when to join us every Monday night, 9 p.m. We doing it up right here in the studio. Got the whole team holding us down, man. I ain't going to run everybody's name down, but we will see you next week live on the UPK, y'all. See you then. The water. Shalom.
I've been through Hebrew Academy since '96, and so many people are terrified by the training that they see the Israelite school of UPK do. They might go to a park or go to a field, and they see blacks and Hispanics physically training for war, training for combat, and that terrifies them. And they get horrified. Inevitably, they call the police.
Okay. So we got the call.
People are afraid of commanding General YAHANNA's Hebrew Academy because they're afraid of black men and Hispanic men who are not afraid of them. What you see out there is men who seek perfection in everything they do. That's what the Hebrew Academy is. The Hebrew Academy is men who have decided to be perfect. They've decided to be perfect with the hope that the Lord thy God would choose better leaders over the earth. If we show him that we can be those leaders. If we show him that we can do a better job than the Christians have, than the Catholic Church has. than the military and the police have. We show God a better option than the people who rule the world right now. That's why we're in Hebrew Academy. To give God a better option for the governors of this world. A better option for the army of God in this world. God doesn't have to choose the police or the military or an army of Catholic bishops who will molest your children. We're trying to show the Lord that there is a new government that could step in and take over at his command.